YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Hostile Survival. Today we return, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We are one blue card away from today's raid. So while we're over there, we're gonna be doing a pretty big unboxing, not to mention an unboxing over in Bunker Alpha as well. And as you guys can see from our hand, we have a scar in a hand because we have been working on some of our weapon mods. That's gonna be a little bit of today's theme because I wanted to celebrate bringing the scar to pretty much one of its most powerful forms. Depending on what you do, like, I've been trying to prioritize damage for the most part. The one thing where damage could go up is with this thing, but that deproves so many things I don't really know about it. This would bring up the scar to a hypothetical 23 damage a pop, but for now, I like this handle and all that it brings to the table because look at the amount of speed, critical chance, critical damage, and stability that the dang thing does provide over here in terms of some of the barrels. We have the short barrel, which might not be the most stable or durable thing in the world, but god dang it, it's pretty good in terms of critical chance, very good in terms of damage, and absolutely kills durability, which ain't that good, but it does reduce the weight, which is kind of nice, so we could run around a little bit faster with this, and that has created this abomination of a 22 damage, 7.9 speed weapon that we're going to be putting to the test today. But holy guacamole, is it beautiful. And this beauty is where, when I was looking around on how to make it better, I came across this, and this brought me up to the fact that there are still active skill mods out there that do not exist, that are not quite yet in the game. That's kind of what I want to go over today, because in my quest to make the scar absolutely as amazing as possible, I found out that I'm gonna want this thing, because here's the thing. What I found out is that pretty much for every that amount of damage that goes up, it increases the damage by 1 for the scar. This would bring our scar up to 23 damage. This would bring it up to 24 damage a shot, plus whatever active skill mod a bipod is going to include. And that's where I was thinking, like, what is the bipod active skill mod going to be? Because in case you guys do not know, it is a mod that's also missing for a little thing known as the VSS. This mod, this blueprint, does not quite yet exist. So as I was saying, that's a little something that I want to go ahead and go over today before we enter into the loot apocalypse of everything that we're going to be getting today through all of these wonderful chests over there. But like I was saying, and of course showing off this fully modded, extremely high damage scar in all of its glory, not to mention, like, let me just say, it's got a decent critical chance. It does some really good critical damage, but I do yearn for getting this bipod and whatever active skill mod does accompany it, because I imagine the bipod might give you the ability to maybe like have no recoil if you like, you know, you don't move, for example, and the bipod lets you like set up, at least in the case of the scar, and you know, maybe just have no recoil for a set amount of time while you're not able to move and just absolutely go full auto, because it's gonna decrease the stability, which seems counterintuitive for a bipod to decrease the stability of a weapon that it's on. So I'm guessing there might be an active skill mod where you actually set up the bipod and put it to use. But while we are on this topic, I did want to show off some of the other active skill mods that are not quite yet in the game and ponder what they might be bringing to the table, because the VSS also has a similar bipod. If we want to see what this thing is going to do, its raw stats are going to drastically increase the damage and also, it looks like, increase the weight of the VSS, but that's literally all it's going to improve, the damage, which is something that this bad boy over here already does. We are still working towards getting the other active skill mod. This one doesn't have an active skill mod accompanying it, so that's gonna make the bipod very cool. It's gonna increase the damage of the VSS, similar to this mod that we currently prefer to use. Well, it's gonna come with another sort of active skill mod, and even though they're both bipods, I think the VSS active skill mod is gonna be a little bit on a different level. I believe it's gonna potentially allow you to do like a very focused shot where you set up a shot, you stand still, and maybe it does like double damage or something, for example. Guaranteed critical, because the bipod does let you just kind of like really focus and get that shot off. And while we are going to be going over a lot of these upcoming skill mods, I did want to go and show this off, which is actually a little bit of a history of the mods and when they have been introduced. So the whole weapon mod system was actually first introduced in beta version 1.9. Version 1.9.8 actually ended up adding the Winchester mods for the first time. Similarly, 1.11.1 ended up adding the mini Uzi mods for the first time as well. And then when beta version 1.11.4 came, that was the version that added our first set of extremely rare skill mods, 11 out of 23. Then version 1.11 11.8, ended up adding 4 more, bringing us to a total of 15 out of 23, meaning currently there are 8 active skill mods missing. That so far we have gone over 2 of them. We're gonna go over the other 6 and break them down and all that type of jazz. But as we can see, it does appear that for the most part, every couple of updates or so, Kafir does add in and inject more active skill mods for us to mess around with, usually with other stuff present in the updates as well. Now that's where things get a little bit interesting, because given kind of our current version number of 1.12.1, we're kind of like relatively in that range where we could expect another injection of skill mods. Last time we got 4 new ones, so I'm guessing that maybe there are 2 more active skill mod updates to come, one that adds 4 and another one that adds 4, which would total the 8 that we're missing now, or maybe one big one that adds in 8 of them. But as we know, basements are confirmed, at least from what Kafir has been saying, to be coming this month, and per snaps accompanying those basements will be these mods. That'd be, you know, very nice timing in terms of kind of lining up with how they have been adding in more and more mods as of late, and it'd be a pretty cool thing. I mean, those basements would be a pretty cool place to actually get to test these skill mods and stuff, but just want to go ahead and make sure that you guys are aware of that timing and whatnot. Now let's go over some of the other active skill mods that are missing, like the sledgehammer skill over here. That's going to decimate damage, improve critical chance to max, increase speed, weight, critical damage, the whole shebang. And it's a freaking chopper gas tank that we're going to need to toss on this bad boy in some fashion. Here's the thing, what's a gas tank known for? Well, holding gas. I'm just saying, man, 100%, I could see this active skill mod being you set your sledgehammer on freaking fire. It makes too much sense. Normally it's gonna be like this, but I'm calling it, man. There's gonna be an active skill mod where you set this bad boy on fire, and for a limited amount of time, your hits, your sledgehammer wax, will literally set your enemies ablaze. That just makes too much sense. Obviously, if you guys have other ideas for any of the ones that we have gone over, or the ones we're about to go over, I'd love to hear from you guys in that comment section down below. Your guys' thoughts on these active skill mods, which one you are most looking forward to, what you think, which ones might have like really cool abilities, for example, what they might add, all that type of jazz. Like, for example, over here, we got the 2 Winchester active skill mods that are literally just receivers. What could these possibly be, dude? I mean, they're receivers, which is for the most part where you kind of like load in the bullet, and it does have that kind of like whole bolt, not bolt action, but like lever action ability slash maneuver that reloads the gun. I could honestly see this maybe being some sort of like a rapid fire Winchester attachment, because in case you guys do not know, the revolver has something similar going on for it, and the revolver and the Winchester are both known for being, not the revolver, but the zip gun, they're both kind of like more wooden, kind of like, I'm not going to say janky, because the Winchester is an OG weapon of history, but in terms of current context, a bit janky in terms of what they provide. But the improved revolver literally gives you the ability to shoot a double shot. I could see that being one of those 2 mods for the Winchester over here. It'd make quite a little bit of sense and kind of line up with what we are seeing so far. But then the question does become, well, what's the other one going to be? Maybe they'll both have, god dang it, I'm clicking on all the wrong stuff. Maybe they'll both have the same ability, because you can see that they literally increase speed as well, significantly compared to these others. I could potentially see both of them maybe being like some kind of double shot action maneuver or something, but at the same time, you know, they could be something else. Maybe you could like load in a bigger bullet, for example, with one of these and boost your damage, and maybe, you know, do like double damage one time, whereas the other one does like a double shot, for example. Definitely a couple of different possibilities there, but that's the Winchester mods that are missing. The minigun, of course, is missing 2 of its different sights. One that adds a very high critical chance and critical damage, and the other that adds in a lot of stability. Now, at least from precedence and what we have seen a lot of these kind of sight-based active skill mods do, from what we've seen these things actually do in the past, they'll be like, you know, that's kind of like the active skill mod that, for example, we have on our pistol, which allows you to do a leg shot, you know, or like a paralyzing shot or something like that. And hold up, I gotta chat down a little bit of food, excuse me, but I mean, that's for the most part what these sights have done. You know, they have like a sniper shot ability, they have like some sort of a shot ability that makes your bullets somehow more powerful by paralyzing your enemies, by slowing them down, by potentially doing like a critical double damage shot like with the sniper shot ability. So for the most part, it does make your bullets somehow more effective. So when it does come to the mini Uzi and what this could be adding to the table, realistically, I could foresee these maybe adding in like is similar to the pistol, that kind of like leg shot that, you know, slows you down. I could see one of these 2 abilities actually being something similar to that. Now, the fact that this one adds in a lot of critical chance, I could see this maybe being like a burst of bullets that have like a higher potential for criticals, or maybe like guaranteed criticals. Maybe it's like a 3-round burst, for example, of critical shots. I can see that being a thing, whereas this, especially since it's like going to be more zoomed in, it's probably going to be a more accurate shot. I could see this maybe, you know, being a shot that aims for people's legs, and similar to the leg shot, you know, potentially it hits some vital tendons in that leg and significantly slow the opposition down. Then the final one that we really got to go over is the spear, and I think it's pretty obvious what the spear is going to be. Like, realistically, it increases the crit chance by quite a little bit. It's the only handle that does it, bro. This is probably you're going to be able to throw the spear. Like, I feel like I've even heard about throwable spears in the past as well, but definitely throwable spear ability is something that I could see happening. And I mean, like, with the right combination here, I'm just saying, look at that damage and critical chance to skyrocket. This is going to be a dope spear, and for the cost of 3 wood, you're going to be able to have like a pretty formidable weapon with insane range, by the way, to go along with insane chance at a critical, insane chance at critical damage, even more durability, even more damage. Definitely some very cool things in the works, all of which that I am ridiculously excited for. But let me know what you guys do think about all of these mods in that comment section down below. Obviously cannot wait to hear about them. And also did want to give you guys a quick update. We have been getting some Winchester mods up in here as well, and our Winchester is slowly but surely improving. So we currently have 2 mods, but we are very close to getting some very nice Winchester mods done. So like over here, a better stock over here, a silencer for a lot of damage, this handguard over there, and we're almost at the 8-time sight as well. We're just missing these factory parts and whatnot that realistically we just gotta continue scrapping the bejesus out of some guns. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go ahead and actually start scrapping this pistol over here, and we're gonna bring this mini Uzi out for a spin because, as you guys know, we gotta go and collect those springs, and we'll go ahead and invest them towards the silencer that we have also been working for our M16. And I'm gonna have 10 extra that I'll honestly put in this red laser. That's a very nice laser, and we need some sort of a laser for the M16 as well. But then we got this pistol scrapping away. We'll get some good stuff out of that. We're gonna go ahead and modify because, I mean, with the mini Uzi, we might not have the active skill mods. We have a very powerful Uzi, though, with insane 10 speed and 13 damage a pop, and we'll even go out and bring along a couple of these other bad boys for the ride. I'll put you 2 away in the VSS. As much as I love you, VSS, you're about to break, boy. But let's bring our focus back to where it needs to be, and that is, sorry I got my shirt off, by the way. I just really want to show off how dope this scar looks in our freaking hands, man, because, well, this thing kind of eats up half of it. Like, Jeebus, man, the SWAT armor is just, I've become one with the gun. But let's go and start beginning today's loot apocalypse, and I think we're gonna pit our new fully modded Scar up against, oh, I gotta go and take this electric generator off, by the way, but I think we're gonna pit our new Scar up against the blind one. I think that'll definitely be a fun and pretty doable challenge. And hold up, I can't put that in the way of freaking being able to, oh my god, just put the thing down. Put the thing down. Put it down. All right, there we go. I'll just toss it down over there. I'll give our plant a buddy, you know, so he's not super lonely or anything like that. And onwards towards Bunker Alpha we go to begin today's loot apocalypse. But definitely let me know what you guys do think about all these mods that we went over today. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Which ones just raw stats seem like they'd be the coolest? Which ones seem, in your guys' opinion, like they're gonna have the coolest active skill mod associated with them? What do you think some of the active skill mods are gonna be for some of the attachments that are a bit more ambiguous, like some of the sights, for example, or the bipods? Because I don't think the Scar and whatchamacallit, the VSS, are gonna have the same bipod ability, because one is a rifle, whereas the other one is more of a sniper. You know, they're a bit different in where that bipod could come in handy, because, I mean, you can toss bipods on machine guns. That's something that's happened throughout history. But you can also toss freaking bipods on snipers to really steady your shot, making bipods a bit of a thing that has many uses. For now, though, let's go ahead and toss in these numbers, which have the use of opening the vault. Today's code being 30961. 30961 is going to be the code for today. If that's out of date by the time you are trying to put it in, make sure to check that comment section down below for an up-to-date version brought to you by the fan-freaking-tastic community here at the Sniper Gang. And if you're not seeing it down below, you could be the fan-freaking-tastic lad or lassie to toss it down there and be of help to anyone who might be in need, and spread a little bit of fan-freaking-tasticness and positivity to those who require that sequence of numbers into here. We go. Hard mode has been activated. Zombies have been mowed down because, oh mama, this mini Uzi, I mean, just look at it go, dude. Look at how fast it is. And it's not even missing any shots. Oh, the Uzi. It's just a glorious thing. Let's go and pop open the yellow and green ticket crates. To pop open the red, we're going to need to make a pit stop by a little place known as the blind one to be like, hello, hello. No rifle? Bruh. we have been bamboozled. I didn't get a single rifle out of the yellow crate. That's actually, that might be the worst yellow crate I've ever had. This is not an encouraging start to our loot apocalypse. I was genuinely hoping for a lot better things. Also, what just happened to my HUD, dude? Like, all of it disappeared. You guys see that? We'll go down to floor 3, but that's interesting. Is that new in the new 1.12.1 update? Does it just, like, disappear everything? Because I was looked in, like, I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh, I was worried that, like, my game froze for something. I'm like, this is taking suspiciously long as well. All right, the Scar, like I'm saying, we're going to be saving for down the line. We could use the Winchester a little bit. It's not exactly the most powerful thing. Only 29 damage. Not awful, but it's not amazing either. But it's pretty good for some of the slower enemies that we got to deal with. So let's mow down the faster enemies with the help of our mini Uzi and then do a little bit of turn and burn tactics on the floater-bloater and put this Winchester to use. And like I'm saying, you guys saw some of the mods that we were working on. We should have some pretty cool stuff in the works, but the Winchester does have a use. And I'd honestly save it if you guys are using Winchesters. Winchesters and zip guns should be saved, in my opinion, for enemies like the Frenzied Giant, where they're significantly slower, not an enemy, hello, I like what I see there, that you want to deal with through melee means, but, you know, one that, you know, you just don't want to kill. Like, case in point, the Frenzied Giant. But seriously, with the Winchester, I'm just looking forward to seeing what active skill mod this could possibly have. Because getting a double shot on the Winchester, especially as we continue upping the damage and making it more formidable, could really end up being a very cool thing. But only time will tell. But like I'm saying, let me know what you guys think about any and all that type of jazz in that comment section down below. Which mod are you looking forward to the most? What do you think some of the active skill mods will be? Which stats are you the biggest fans of for some of these active skill mods? You know, the damage that they add, or maybe speed or stability, or any and all that type of jazz. I'd absolutely love to hear from y'all in that comment section down below. And a reminder that that comment is going to put you 1/3 of the way. How did you survive into the Wiki Tribe down at your search place store gift card giveaway? All you gotta do as well is make sure that like button, make sure to subscribe, that will enter you in on today's video. Y'all can go ahead and enter in on every single last day on Earth video. When Saturday rolls around, we'll pick a random video for the past week, pick a random comment from that random video, and that will be winner for the week, and we'll kick off a new weekly giveaway that exact same Saturday as well. So make sure you stay tuned with that notification bell to stay up to date with every single video y'all can enter in on for that weekly giveaway, not to mention all the other dope travel games going up on the channel as well, that it does allow you to stay in the loop on. And we're always trying to check out new survival games as well, whether those be free mobile survival games, or sometimes there's pretty cool PC survival games going on, for example, that are an absolute blast regardless. We're checking out games where if you guys like Last Day on Earth, there's a very great chance you're gonna like some of the other series going up, whether that be current series going on like 7 Days to Die, or new series popping up. Definitely, if you guys have not watched a certain series, give it a go, watch an episode, and you might fall in love with some of the stuff that we are checking out. And that notification bell is a great way to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest of Last Day on Earth information. As soon as that type of new info does come out, we're spreading it to you guys' eyes and ears absolutely ASAP, breaking it down, connecting it with other information already out there, connecting it with, you know, mechanics and stuff already present within the game to give us the clearest look at the future of Last Day on Earth, what to expect in future updates, when to expect those future updates, any and all that type of jazz. I'm just gonna eat food until my thirst goes down, because listen, if you're ever thirsty, when in doubt, carrot stew it out, because I don't have any water on me, and I'm sorry, man, the carrot stew is just delicioso, bro. All right, though, now the moment of truth. We also have our AK here so we could, you know, do some bayonet action and just be as productive as possible because, speaking of active skill mods, the bayonet, man, one of my favorites because it is literally the blind one murderer. Yes, it is built for murdering this bad boy. So we're all looking good, at full health, all that. Doggo, you want to try and come over to me, Doggo? Because I know you're just going to end up, like, getting stuck in there like you always do. Come on, Doggo, follow me, follow me, follow me. Yeah, no, he's stuck. Well, shank you later, blind one. Ooh. That was a solid 30 damage. We just got a critical with our bayonet. I will take it. Let's get to one more hit off on you. He's gonna run into this wall, and this is where the Scar comes out to play. Oh my god! Look at it go! Okay, we're getting a lot of misses up in there. He's gonna go and try to eat. I'm gonna be like, no, no, no. Stab him in the back. That's the one thing, man. The stability on this thing did suffer a little bit from that short barrel. It absolutely kills the stability, but let me just say, in other parts, I definitely healed a little bit too early. Kind of messed up over there. Let's just go and continue mowing down the blind one. Dude, look at that. 8 damage sometimes, criticals for 15 at times. That is a lot of damage that we are capable of doing. Hello? No, 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 no. You're not going to do that. My guy, for some reason, just stopped moving, which was not a good sign. Okay, he's back to moving. Well, let me shank you now. And honestly, this next volley, I feel like should be enough to bring the blind one to justice, aka death. Yes, please run into the wall over there, and then I am sorry, my buddy. I got a Scar with your name on it, and this fully modded Scar. Oh, it's not playing games. It is playing games. Well, I'm gonna shank you. We're gonna run into the wall one more time, and then the Scar is gonna be done. Sorry about the burp there. Playing games. So yes, please, sir. I'd like to introduce you to this wall. I'd like to introduce you back to my fully modded scar. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That brings our red ticket total up to 30, which means that it's time to cash in, baby. And then we head to the police station and try to cash in on that. But there you guys have the scar in action. And dude, it was dishing out some mad damage. Like I'm saying, to increase the damage to the point that we did, that short barrel does not do good things for stability, but it is one of the best damage, you know, bang for the buck in terms of damage that we could get. But dude, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting that bipod. That thing seems like it could be a big hitter. And maybe it'll let us, you know, maybe we'll toss on a different barrel once we get that, for example. And maybe instead of trying to go for 24 max damage with the scar, maybe we'll settle for like 23, 22 damage with the, you know, with the bipod and like a different type of a barrel, you know, like a silencer, for example, or maybe like the long barrel. That I don't think that one adds a little bit of damage and like a lot of critical stuff. I'm not 100% sure exactly because I'm not looking at the stats, but I do know that there is some pretty cool stuff in there. But let's go and put this stuff away. Let's not aggro anyone else. I'd like to keep this scar for archival reasons. And hello, it does appear that's a day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there's gonna be a day that we get a floppy disk. I think we might save that up for next time. I'm not gonna have the inventory room, and I'm already running a little bit low on energy. I'd like to have full energy when we do a floppy disk expedition, so I'm thinking next episode we might try and do that. But hello! No C4, but I like the guns that I'm seeing. I like the engine parts that I'm seeing. I definitely like the aluminum and stuff like that. So let me just go and get to collect, and I will toss on some of this better armor as well. Make sure we pick up these pistols, and we're going to do something with our inventory room because it's currently chock full of some dang good stuff, baby. Ooh, and actually, yeah, let's continue taking all. I'm going to continue eating this food. Yeah, the inventory is looking really good. We got all of this marvelous iron that we're going to be cashing in on, and we got, dude, we might need to go and make, I might drop off some of the stuff up at the top floor of the lobby here to make the necessary room. But as we are doing that, notification bell, like I am saying, is a great way to stay up to date, not just with that information, but the new updates. As soon as that type of new update does come out, we are diving into it absolutely head first, showcasing off every single little thing that it does have to offer. New locations, new enemies, new anything, you name it. It's getting shown off, and we're gonna have an absolutely fan-freaking-tastic time showing that stuff off as well, and just, you know, enjoying things to the max as much as we can. And dude, I always forget how many yellow tickets I got hiding up in there. But yeah, it doesn't matter how hard that stuff might be. I'm more than willing to pretty much sacrifice like literally all of our loot to do whatever is necessary to show off any of that new stuff, whether it be new locations, new enemies that we gotta battle that might be really tough, new vehicles that we gotta build. Doesn't matter. I will sacrifice anything, including some of the dollar dues out of my wallet, to do anything that we can to show that stuff off on the ASAP. And we do also have our second account going off as well. I don't know why I was started looking at the freaking craftables there for a second, but we do also have our second account as well, which is more of a free-to-play early game account, so we can actually check out these updates from a variety of perspectives and show off different strategies for those with lots of loot, for those with not lots of loot, all that type of jazz. But with that said and with that done, we still have a lot of loot that we gotta get. We don't have a lot of inventory room. I might need to go make a pit stop over back home, so maybe I'll walk over there or something, but we gotta empty out this inventory a bit, empty out some of the dopeness we got, and then we're gonna go and try to cash in on that blue and green card before ultimately getting today's raid. So I'll talk to y'all in a sec. And after a bit of an expedition back home, we have arrived at the police station. We have in our hands the 5 tickets, cards, whatever you want to call the dang things. Doesn't matter. We're turning them in, and we're gonna be getting some goods. We're gonna start off. Let's get 2 greens. I want to get a blue in there, so it's smack dab in the middle, so my OCD is satisfied, and then 2 greens to go along with it. Hopefully the loot is good, and then hopefully the loot of today's raid is good as well. Let's begin with the blue crate over here. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Let's go. I like to see all those factory parts. We have been running a little bit low on the mini Uzi, also a welcome sight for these sore eyes, and I can't turn down many of these other things as well. I'll probably come back for the armor. Woo! We got a little bit of carbon composite and some more aluminum there. We got a couple of katanas, which I will happily take to the bank. Thank you very much. And some army pants. And here we got, let's go, a pistol out of the weapon crate. That's why I love green crates, dude. If you're lucky, not only are you gonna be getting a ton of like miscellaneous loot throughout it, like all these kind of trinkets and random things that we're picking up here, you know, lollygagging about, dilly-dallying, whatever you want to call it. I probably gotta come back for some of these blueprints as well. But you also do usually get that shot at a really good weapon through that weapon box. We still got 2 more shots, so no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. That's decent. That's decent. It's decent. I'll take it. Am I happy about it? I don't know if happy is the word I'd use, but I'm not sad about it. That's a majestic way of putting things. Also, I'm gonna chow down on some of these banes. Put those away, collect those. We have a friggity fresh SWAT helmet that I also want to make sure that we grab somehow. I suppose I'll leave you behind, Saw Blade Mace. I'll come back for you. Maybe you are pretty broken down. Here we got some more good stuff we could stack up. Probably come back for that shotgun. And the final box of our green ticket unboxing will be Saw Blade Mace. You know, I can't complain. It's pretty much the most powerful melee weapon, and especially with the mods that we could toss on that boy. Oh, it is a very, very nice melee weapon. So we will be collecting those, and there you guys have a little taste of today's, well, the loot apocalypse continuing. And here's the thing, there is more loot to come, because by opening up that blue ticket crate, we have just opened the gates to today's raid. Mr. Military Convoy, I'm sorry, you're gonna be around for an hour. I might hit you up after the video. But for now, we got bigger loot, hot dogs to fry. No, you don't fry hot dogs. To cook over metaphorical campfires, all right? We gotta begin a raid. We gotta go and see what schmuck of a base we're gonna be attacking, and we gotta see what that base contains with it. And we gotta go and put away all these marvelous things that we picked up today. But the Uzi is definitely a welcome sight, and I can't complain about the AK. But then we're gonna have to go ahead and deck ourselves out into our raiding getup, since, well, a lot of these weapons we have right now are pretty loud. They're gonna make a little bit of noise in a raiding environment, and we usually try to be sneaky dicky. So let's go and complete that. We have a raid awaiting us on the world map, and I got some loot that's being awaited to be put away. So I'm gonna go and do that and talk to y'all in a second. And with our inventory nice and squared away, let's just make sure that we have the proper hatchets necessary for whatever raid we are going on today. We are bringing 2 C4 along, since that is currently what we are tapped out at. Although, worst case scenario, we do still have some of that C4 within our inbox that we could cop from that amazing 2-year unboxing back when they had those like special 2-year crates going on, because whew, let me just say, lads, you got like 5 guaranteed C4 out of one of the things you could get. It was glorious. And after putting away those extra 3 stone that I had lying around, I'm sorry, my pet rocks, my pet rocks got a little bit loose. I do sincerely apologize. Oh, let's make sure that we modify our Saw Blade Mace too, because we're gonna mix things up a little bit. Obviously, we're gonna be bringing our handy dandy pistol drizzle, but we're also bringing along, oh man, dude, our amazing Saw Blade Mace. Like, listen, those of y'all that have been watching know I'm at least on this account with our massive weapon stockpile. I'm not a huge user of melee weapons. You know, I definitely prefer my guns, my pistol drizzles, my shotgun rain. But wowzers, let me just say, something about the Saw Blade Mace's fully modded capabilities is insane. Like, genuinely, man, especially if we get lucky and the healer gives us that one good perk for an extra 20% damage on anything we're doing. Oh, it is a recipe for success. And this raid is a recipe for sadness. Come on, man. We're having a loot-tastic type of episode, a loot extravaganza. That's right, just invented that word, added it to the dictionary, patented, all that jazz. And this is what we get. Listen, there better be some dang good stuff behind that stone wall, because if not, Sonny Jimber, let me just say, I am going to be rather upset. With what? With everything. With this wall, with this grass, with that patch of dirt. All of it will leave me unhappy. You do not want to see an unhappy Papa Star, okay? Because, well, to be fair, I haven't seen an unhappy Papa Star in a hot minute. That thing's like the stuff of urban legend. It's like coming across a Wendigo in the wild or something like that. Like, it's just not something you usually come across. But listen, he might need to come out if the loot in this is not satisfactory enough. Bada bing, bada boom. Bad things might happen, and mainly that frustrations will be taken out on the zombies. And oh, dude, that's so, I love the active skill mod on this thing. It is just too good. It is too dang good. And y'all, yeet. Let's just slice that face off over there on you. Hit you with the slow-mo there. Wait for this to recharge. And boop. Let's chainsaw that belly in half and get that nice 42 damage on our pistol critical strike. Okay, and at least we're gonna have some resources out of this raid. But the question is, will it be enough resources? Iffy. I'll take some iron. Stone? Not so much. 5 charcoal. Come on, at least give me like a full stack of charcoal. I'm trying to prioritize full stacks of things. This thing better become worthwhile, man. Because right now, things are definitely looking a little bit on the iffy side. They are, well, not as good as I was hoping them to be. Okay, we got some wood. We could put that to use. We got some zombies we could saw in half. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The bloodthirsty side of me comes out sometimes, especially when there's a saw blade mace. It has like a buzzsaw automated skill going for it. It's just a recipe for disaster and or amazingness, depending on how you look at things. Let me just go ahead and get that thing right through that belly of yours. Oh, baby, I'm going through his belly harder than some super spicy Thai food that I may or may not be randomly craving, which is totally not the only reason that I brought it up. I'm sorry, I crave Thai food sometimes. It is delicious. Oh, baby, I know it's not Thai food, but man, I could go for some good Mongolian beef right now. I'm sorry. It's just Asian food, man. All sorts. Vietnamese food, Chinese food, Korean food, like Thai food. Oh my God. It's glorious. And quite a lot of it has some heat behind it. And I like me my spicy food. Oh, if you ever come across anyone that knows me, that's probably the one fact that they could probably rail off the top of their head. Papa Star takes the spice. Let's go! And he also opens chests at an alarming rate and is rewarded with amazingness. Let's flippin' go, my guys. That is what I'm talking about. A little bit of redemption for whatever the rest of this. Oh, hello. Little bit of aluminum plates. I wish I could get 8 aluminum plates past the Sector 7 wall, man. That'd be glorious, because I want to freaking build some of that rare stuff, but man, it does not come cheap. Ooh, 4 red tickets. That's pretty high for getting red tickets out of a raid. Like, usually does not happen like that. Let's hit that guy with the slow-mo so he kind of gets falling behind the rest of the pack. Let's just try and finish these dudes off rather quickly. Stay away from the toxic abomination. I'm not trying to deal with him at the moment. I'm just trying to get rid of the lackeys first and foremost. Oh, baby, don't hurt me. So he's just got to catch up to us. We'll just go and boop him straight in the face. We'll make sure to heal on up. Hit that guy with the slow-mo. Saw one of you in half. Sorry about the cough there. And just try to have Pistol Drizzle finish the job. Is this thing almost ready to go? Almost. We should be able to use it on one of these enemies. And honestly, this pistol's starting to get a little bit broken too, so why don't we just try to use the rest of it? Let's saw you in half. Dang it, man. We only sawed most of him in half. We got a Pistol Drizzle the rest, and see you later, alligators. You done so. All right, this ain't Florida no more. Does Florida have crocodiles or alligators? I don't know. But there will be no zombie alligators up in my raid, up in my business. There will be dead alligators. Not to be confused with undead alligators. They'll be dead undead. It'll be deadception. Undead. I'll undo the undead. I'm a control Z the bejesus out of this thing, alright? You just watch. But let's make sure we put the valuables of this raid away, because this is a raid that we got from the raiders. As we know, the raiders, they're a greedy bunch. I don't blame them. They did tell me about this raid, but I ain't trying to share, chief. I'm sorry. The raiders, all they did was just, they're kind of like, hey, there's a base over here. And I'm like, cool. Am I going to do all the work? And they're like, yeah. And you're going to give us part of the rewards. And I'm like, oh, well then. But if we hide some of the rewards in our chopper, they'll be none the wiser, lads, and that's exactly the way it ought to be. Let's go ahead and break into this thing and see if maybe there's steel. No, oh, no steel, but a lot of iron plates. And let's go and break into the woodworking bench as well. Actually, we got a little bit of noise to spare. Why don't we break into this and see if there's anything worthwhile in this room? I doubt it. Yeah, not really anything going on over there. And then we should use the rest of this hatchet and the rest of our noise to break into there. Had a chance at oak. No oak, though. That's all good. We could break into those 2 things, too, but we're probably not going to get anything amazing from a furnace. Those don't tend to have the greatest things. Oh, this is alarming. I'm dying of thirst. There was, like, water here somewhere, right? Your boy's thirsty. Can I satiate my thirst? Anywhere. Oh, guacamole. They got a lot of thirst. Oh, listen, the least I can do is spread a little bit of vitamin P. Oh, yeah, right in that rubble. Because, I mean, it was an alright raid. You know, I don't know. Like, we got some SWAT. We got a pistol. Got some aluminum. Like, we've used C4 and been disappointed much harder. I can't really call this disappointment. I'll call this appointment. You know, I'm very appointed by what I'm seeing. It's the opposite of being disappointed. I'm not thrilled, but I'm appointed. You know, this is like, if I've ever seen it, a fair trade of C4. Don't get me wrong. Could definitely be better, but could definitely be worse too. And we'll put away the red tickets too. Sauce up our chopper back to full gas, because we just made our gas pack that we had to use to drive at some point. So that's nice. Oh, I didn't even check this thing. Just got a furnace chilling in the back of his pickup truck. Yeah, me too, dude. Pretty much just got like the barbecue chilling in the back of that thing. I'll go ahead and collect some of the full stacks of wood and planks. Those are never a bad thing. You'll go away. I'll pick up some nuts instead for now. Not really picking up your beanie. You could keep that, you know. Oh, yeah. I'll put you away. I kind of want to use you, but at the same time, I don't want to put you away. I'll just put you away. Like, those furnaces are probably not going to be anything that changes my mind. These are not full stacks of tickets. Listen, at this point, I have so many tickets. I'll take more if they're full stacks. Otherwise, I'm not going to bother with them. And, oh yeah, and this thing, right? This had those things, so we could go up to a full 20. And I don't know, we could leave behind the one aluminum wire. Like, it is just one aluminum wire. Here's what we're gonna do. Just so we remember for when the big one inevitably starts running after us like a madman, I'll toss it in the pickup truck, and we'll grab it from there after we play a little bit of Ring Around the Rosie with this fella. We'll use this hatchet, we'll break into those two furnaces, see what they have. Maybe if it's worth it, we do some shenanigans to try and get to the bottom of it. Otherwise, yeah, no, we're not gonna do much about it. So, chop number 1, chop number 2, and we got absolutely nothing in there, absolutely nothing in there. And we're gonna bring you guys up towards the top of the map. Ow, please don't kill me, all right? I am your tour guide of this base, Mr. Big One. There's no need to harm me. Definitely not the bad guy that made you get called, because the Big One is obviously last day on Earth's most patented security system. You know, like some of those yards that have like signs in the front, like, oh, protected by insert security company here. Every base in Last Day on Earth has a sign up at the front that says protected by Big One Security Agency. Let me just say, that is a spooky agency if I've ever seen one. Now, please allow me to grab that one aluminium and peace out of here, because that's gonna wrap it up for our loot extravaganza today, not to mention our soul yearning for the goods that could be. And you know, why don't we run over the dealer real quick? Maybe he'll have a good trade for us. Maybe this will be the end-all be-all of today's loot extravaganza. Who knows? Not I said the fly, but we got a good little variety of stuff we might be able to trade. But dude, especially with that scar that we were using a little bit earlier, we got some pretty cool stuff that could definitely happen. And with some of those active skill mods, dude, I want them. I want some badly. But speaking of loot extravaganza, I'd love to hear as well from you guys in that comment section down below regarding maybe I ain't got those, bub. Sorry, but I'd also love to hear not just about the active skill mods and all that jazz, but also what's your favorite place to go for loot? Like, what's your go-to? Do you guys like going to the bunker? Do you guys like doing police station runs? Like, just genuinely curious, which ones are you guys the biggest fans of? Let me know in that comment section down below, in addition to all that active skill mod jazz from earlier. But with that said and with that done, that's going to wrap it up for me for now. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. Have yourselves an awesome one, and I'll talk to you next one. See ya.